Okay, let's see here.
They had defeated the evil witch and rescued the most beautiful princess in the whole wide kingdom. They had recaptured the royal diamond mines from giant spiders and rescued the most beautiful princess in the whole freed the people of the 5 kingdoms by slaying the terrifying. They had recaptured the royal diamond mines from giant spiders and rescued the most beautiful princess in the whole. They had freed the people of the 5 kingdoms by slaying the terrifying. They had recaptured the royal diamond mines from giant spiders and rescued the most beautiful princess in the whole. They had freed the people of the 5 kingdoms by slaying the terrifying. They had recaptured the royal diamond mines from giant spiders and rescued the most beautiful princess in the whole. They had freed the people of the 5 kingdoms by slaying the
holy cow,
They
I have
had
5 people
recaptured
watching.
the royal
Hey,
diamond
guys.
mines from
Just
giant
messing with some audio and
spiders
stuff to make sure
and
that
rescued the
stuff
most
doesn't go.
beautiful princess
this
in
is
the
so-
whole.
this is
The
so
people
weird.
of the 5 kingdoms
Hello,
by
Anthony.
slaying
Oh,
the
holy cow.
They
I
had
have
recaptured
on your
the
actual
royal
guys.
diamond
Sounds
from
just
giant
messing with some audio and
spiders
stuff to make fun of your last
and
stream or
rescued
anything.
the
That
most
doesn't go.
beautiful princess
Oh,
in
this is
the
so
whole.
weird.
The
So
people
weird.
of the 5 kingdoms and one hero after another disappeared.
Audio echo? Holy cow. Was it echoing? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Because I was playing from YouTube to test it out, and I was also testing from the actual game itself. Okay, awesome. So, game audio should be going about now. Before I get into this, I would love it, if people could tell me if they can hear the game and me simultaneously.
They were summoned to court once more. The has-been heroes would have one final quest, the most
Because
epic
I'm still
of them
a little
all.
lost on how to balance my audio. So sometimes like you can barely hear me, but then when I go and I put the audio down, you can barely hear the game. So I still haven't found an exact balance yet. If you guys could just go over it a little bit, see if the audio is balancing correctly and everything. Okay, Alex Stan's coming through for me. Barely hear the game. Okay, let me go and mess with that a little bit then. Alright. Okay, so it's going to talk out loud for a little bit. I just adjusted the audio, so if you can hear me now then things should be good. Say something just really innocuous, like, if you can hear me, type 1, 2, 3 in the chat. Kappa. Ah, okay. Nice. I am so happy to hear that, guys. So I'm gonna get this, 1269. Well, perfect. I'm so glad you guys can hear me. Hello all, thank you so much for stopping by. Since this is my day off, I decided to stream today. I think I have a schedule kind of set now. So I get 2 days off a week. I figure one day I'll just stream some kind of random game, and then the other day I'll devote to either Weiss Schwarz or some kind of card game, or I'll switch it up and do something Japanese-based once I actually start like the Japanese stuff on my channel. So, to anybody watching the YouTube video that is not actually watching the stream, pretty much what we're going to do today is we're going to try out Has-Been Heroes, and we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch. So this is pretty much just going to be like a really long 2-hour unedited rant, almost, where I also talk to some people in the chat and try out a game. Now, there's a very, very special reason why we're playing Has-Been Heroes, and that is because when the Switch was first announced, this is actually one of the games that I was very excited for. I know a lot of people were busting their nuts over, like, Breath of the Wild, but I was already planning on getting Breath of the Wild for the Wii U because after playing Twilight Princess and Wind Waker with the Wii U, I really wanted to make use of that gamepad. The gamepad was probably the sickest thing of like any Zelda game ever because you get to switch your stuff on the fly. Sadly, as anybody who played the Wii U version knows, that's not quite how it panned out. You couldn't actually use the Wii U gamepad for anything, it was just like a static image until you switched over and played it on the gamepad, but we didn't know that at the time. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is Has-Been Heroes is the game that I was the most excited for. So we're going to try it out today. Just to give a little disclaimer here, I have played a little bit of this game. This isn't a completely blind playthrough. I went through about 10 minutes or so just to check and see if it worked and test it out on the stream stuff, the OBS and whatever. Heads up, I'm not very good at live commentary yet, so I am going to stutter a little bit through this. I apologize. So yeah, pretty much I figured this will go a little bit smoother if I actually have... Oh, well, this is unfortunate. Oh gosh. See, I was really hoping when I hit new game, it was just going to give me a new game. 1 second, please. Options. I wonder if it'll give me something that'll let me delete my save or something. No, I do want subtitles though. That's nice. That's weird. Maybe I just hit the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna go back and see if... Okay, new game. Yes, okay, that's probably exactly what I did. So, accept. We want a new game. Starting fresh. That is not what was supposed to happen. Gosh darn it. I hate everything right now. Oh boy. Well, this is going well, guys. So, there's not a whole lot I can do about this. I guess I'm just gonna hit new game and let it do its thing. But to explain a little bit about this game, it's sort of a roguelike where you go through and you see how far you can get before dying, and then some other stuff happens. This one, the story pretty much is, from what I remember, I skipped the story completely because I was hoping that when I hit new game I'd be able to just see what the new game story was. But basically from what I gathered, some bad stuff's going down, and there were some heroes of old, sort of like your normal band of heroes that used to do their thing back in the day, and you're going and looking for them, but they're all like old dudes now, but they're still gonna go and kick some butt because that's just what heroes do. You never stop being a hero. And now some like really, really bad stuff's going down, and these are the two dudes that we have now, I guess. I don't know. Like I said before, I skipped all this stuff because I thought I'd be able to go back and read it, and apparently that's just not the case. Whew, but anyways, when this game was coming out, I'm gonna go move here. Yeah, I might do that later. I don't know. I don't really want to mess with it right now since I've already started. So I can right-click, pause time, that's good. When this game actually did end up coming out, a lot of people weren't very happy with it. And I was very, very sad about that fact. I was not happy at all that this game was not getting good reviews. So that's the game we're going to be playing today, and I'm also going to use this chance to sort of talk about the Switch and what's going on with it and whatnot. The system is a little weird. It's not quite as smooth as I wanted it to be. Pretty much the way this is going to work is we're going to go through these 3 lanes, and there are going to be enemies. There are little like green squares by the enemies. pretty much telling you how many times you have to hit them before you can get to their life bar. So, for example, this skeleton guy right here, he's got 1 square left, so I only need to hit him 1 more time. And after I hit him with something, I can swap somebody else in. So, let's see here. We're just going to go in with our rogue. Going to swap this dude in, get another attack off. Maybe swap this dude in, get another attack off. And that's pretty much just how it works. And for the most part, we're just going to be going down this maze here. Thank you, thank you. I'm very proud of that explanation of the story. It's probably the best explanation you're going to find. So like I was saying before, nobody really liked this game when it came out, and that made me really sad because I was very, very excited for it. And I decided to go ahead and pick up I decided to pick up the PC version because, for those who don't know, recently I got myself a new graphics card, so I've been able to play actual real PC games. No, I have not played ARMS yet because I don't actually have a Switch, and I will get into that. Very excited for it, though. Going to talk about that later. So let's talk about the Switch a little bit. I've kind of been meandering a little bit here. So, Nintendo Switch. Obviously, it's a lot weaker than the other consoles. We all expected it to be weaker than the other consoles. I'm not necessarily too concerned about the fact that it's weaker, but there are a few things about the system that I am worried about. The glitches and stuff necessarily isn't a deal breaker for me. I feel like a lot of systems when they come out have problems. But there is one thing that I want to sort of touch on first, and that's the battery life. In my opinion, I think the battery life being as, not necessarily bad, but as unimpressive as it is really, really, really bad. I think they should have worked on the battery a lot. Some people are saying that like 2.5 hours for Zelda isn't necessarily bad. In my opinion, 2.5 hours for Zelda is actually really, really, really bad. Because people are asking like, well, when are you ever going to be out for 2.5 hours when you don't have access to like some kind of port? And I'll tell you exactly when. I like to take the bus out places a lot, and when I'm on the bus, I can take my 3DS, I can go 2 hours out, 2 hours back, no problem. In fact, I can normally do that and still have about half of a battery left, so which makes it a really great console for taking on the go, because I can take it on the go, and when I bring it back, then I charge it, and it lasts the entire trip. But with the Switch, I'm really worried about getting it, because if I go out somewhere and I'm out for 5 or 6 hours, it's gonna die halfway through. And I know that's not the case for all the games, but it's pretty much the case for all the games that I'm interested in getting. It's really weird that the... Whoop. Okay, got it. It's really weird that the Switch looks better in its handheld mode than it does in TV mode, because you would expect it to be like 1080 in actual TV format, I guess you could say. I don't know. Technical terms are above me. But when you have it plugged into the TV, you would expect it to be like 1080, and then you would expect it to go down to like 720 when you have it in handheld, which would be fine. But it's not exactly, from what I heard, it's like 900p, and I'm not somebody who knows a whole lot about technical stuff and all that, but I've seen the gameplay, and whatever the pixel count is, it really doesn't look that good on TV. And like, let's be real here, guys. Even if you're a Nintendo fan, even if you don't care about graphics at all, it is a little disappointing that the Switch is, hypothetically, it's about a handheld PS3, roughly, I would say. I think that's a pretty fair comparison. It's roughly the same strength as like a handheld PS3, which wouldn't be a problem, except the PS3 came out like 10 years ago, and we were kind of hoping for a little more than that. I don't know, I'm just not that happy with it. So, sort of getting off of just hardware. Oh, that's the other thing, the accessories. Holy cow, who thought it was a good idea to charge that much for the accessories? Like, everybody's gonna go out and get themselves a Pro Controller, obviously. So they're kind of screwing us a little bit, and I don't think I'm that happy about that. I really wish they hadn't charged so much for the Pro Controller. That makes me really sad. That, and they're also coming out with all of these different, what are they called? Joy-Cons. They're coming out with like different colored Joy-Cons and stuff that I would love to get, but the Joy-Cons are so expensive. Like, remember when the Wiimote came out and it was like, what, it was like $30? And then you could pay like $20 to get a nunchuck? I don't know why that was a problem, but it apparently was, because that's not the case anymore. Overall, the Switch just hasn't necessarily impressed me hardware-wise. Splatoon 2. We will definitely talk about Splatoon 2 in just a second. But hardware-wise, right now, it's just, hello Felipe, thank you so much for stopping by. Overall, just hardware-wise, it's really disappointing that this was the NX, because I feel like they had so much more that they could have done with the new console, and they just didn't do it for one reason or another. But I guess that's sort of all that we have to talk about when it comes to the actual hardware. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about actually getting your hands on a Switch, because where I come from, this might not be the case everywhere, but as somebody who lives sort of in the Los Angeles area, getting a Switch right now is I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. So, getting a Switch right now is almost impossible, for me at least. I've been scouring Craigslist, I've been going over to shops, I've been trying everywhere, and so far, you can't really get a hold of one, and it's mainly just scalpers that have them, because what happens is these stores get like 3 or 4 in at a time, and then scalpers go, buy them at $300, and then put them back on Craigslist for $500, and unfortunately, they're selling really well. So I guess that's just not going to end anytime soon. I kind of want to explore as much of this map as possible. So, talking about this game for a second real quick, the gameplay feels really weird. I don't want to, like, blame all of my mistakes on it or anything, but one thing that's really uncomfortable is you can't actually switch your dudes, or at least the lanes that they're in. You can't put your dudes in other lanes unless you're following up an attack, and that feels so weird. Hello, Locke! Are you ready to watch me spend 2.5 hours on a boss like I did last time? This isn't a fighting game, so I should be fine this time, I promise. But anyways, yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, scalpers. Scalpers suck. I hate them. Because apparently they're making money from what they're doing, so obviously they're not going to stop anytime soon. But if these stores, if Nintendo would just send all of these stores like 10 of these Switches, then things would be fine, right? Like, there's no way scalpers are going to go and pay that much money for them. So, yeah, holy cow, did I lie? Did I just find a new way to... Maybe, we'll see if that works in battle. Oh yeah, and there's spells down here too that I can cast, but I'm trying to save them for bosses and stuff. I guess I don't really have to, but whatever. Nothing else. Okay, bye! Anyways, I really wish that Nintendo would just start selling these consoles out a lot faster. That would be great, because I can't actually get a hold of one. Although, if anybody's heard, there's actually a Splatoon console coming out soon, and that's probably the one I'm going to end up getting because it has the Neon controllers. First of all, okay, I know the Neon controllers look a little bit janky, but I kind of love them. There's something just so, like, cheesy about the Neon that it makes me want them a lot. It's really hard to explain, but I think the Neon, it looks really cool. Well, then again, I guess cool isn't necessarily the right word, but Neon is the one I want to go with, and it's the one we're getting with the Splatoon console. The other thing about the Splatoon console, though, is it's coming out with new Joy-Cons, which, again, are going to be like $90 each, so nobody's really going to have them unless you're an absolute die-hard fan. Let's see, you work at a Target, you get like 2 or 3 of them, and if the manager doesn't hold on to them, then we get, yeah, that's about how I expected it to go. So, getting one is hold. Although, there are some really fun stories. Like, I've actually thought of doing a series where I go and I talk about some of the really crazy Craigslist offers there are for some. Some of them are really weird, like, obviously, there are, like, the sex mongers who go on and they're like, hey, you know, if you just become, like, my sexual toy for, like, a week, then I'll give you this Switch that I have. That is totally real, and I'm totally not just trying to get a week of free sex off of somebody who's really desperate for one. No, I don't really like this setup. If only I could switch. Anyways. So just waiting to see if a bundle... that's the thing. Felipe, there actually is technically a bundle coming out. The one that's coming out with Splatoon. And that's probably the one I'm going to end up getting. To anybody who doesn't know, I normally try to go to Anime Expo, but I'm going to give up my Anime Expo ticket this year to get a hold of a Switch. And do I need you here? So I'm going to give up my Anime Expo trip this year to actually get my hands on a Switch, because I'm really interested in getting one. And even though I've kind of moved over to PC gaming, I think Nintendo's real draw is it's just so different that even if you're somebody who plays on PC, like, there's still kind of a reason to get one. I understand people saying that they don't want a PS4 or a 360, not 360, or an Xbox One, but when in Nintendo's case, it's a little different, you know? It's a little different because Nintendo's trying to be as innovative as possible. And I think that the Craigslist set review win top 12 dude, you have no idea. I could go on forever about some of the crazy Craigslist stories that I've read. There was one that I almost ended up going for. There was somebody willing to sell their Nintendo Switch brand new, completely sealed. They have pictures and everything. They were willing to sell a brand new Switch at $300, no tax or anything, right? $300, and all you had to do was bring them a very specific meal from Jack in the Box. They wanted, I remember this, it was the chicken nacho cheese munchie meal with a large vanilla Dr. Pepper, and if you brought that to them, they would sell you the Switch for $300. And then they even said in the listing, like, hey, you know, I'm just doing this because, like, I'm not really interested in the Switch anymore, and I'm just really hungry, so if somebody comes and does this for me right now, you'll get a Switch for $300. Whew, boy. If I had the money, chances are I would have bought myself a bus pass and gone and taken them up on that, because that is just amazing. So yeah, getting a hold of one is pretty awful right now. I guess we can sort of stop talking about the boring stuff and actually get on the games lineup. Breath of the Wild first. Breath of the Wild was amazing, frankly. People who say that Breath of the Wild wasn't amazing, for the most part, even though there are problems, people who say that it wasn't an amazing game are pretty much just trying to go against the grain because everybody else acknowledges how good it was. It was something that Nintendo really needed, I feel like. It was a very serious game where serious gamers could go and actually master it. And we haven't had something like that since, like, what, Mario Galaxy, maybe? It was a very technical game. And technical games are what Nintendo needs right now, because the thing about selling to kids is kids don't have any money. Like, it's great to market to kids because kids will bug their parents, but kids themselves don't have any money, so actually getting them to go and buy stuff is impossible. What you need to be doing is marketing to all of these neckbeards that are looking for new games to master, that remember playing with Nintendo games as a kid, and really want to relive some of that nostalgia and feel awesome about themselves. That's what I'm saying. Well, it's amazing hipsters who want to be a special snowflake will lie and say it's bad. Exactly, that is exactly what happens. Don't get me wrong, like I said before, Breath of the Wild does have its problems. For one, the game, even though it's really open and it feels like there's a lot of stuff to do, actually going across the world can feel a little bit repetitive. The graphics aren't necessarily where they should have been for a new console, but then again, that's just Nintendo's, like, motto is we just won't have good graphics ever. And yeah, honestly, like, it's just been such a good year for gaming that that sort of overshadows a lot of things. Like, people play things like Resident Evil 7 was a good example. Resident Evil 7 was a phenomenal game as well. And, you know, people play something like Resident Evil 7 and then they hop into Breath of the Wild. And because Breath of the Wild isn't necessarily their type of game, they say that Breath of the Wild is worse. Which, you know, you could make arguments either way, I suppose. Like it's just been such a great year for gaming that you could really argue that almost anything that's come out this year is potentially Game of the Year material. Go to Nier Automata. Yes, Nier Automata is an amazing game. I haven't beaten it yet, but it is good enough that I want to beat it. And I think that's what really matters. Man, I really wish I knew what was going on in this game right now. But that's okay. We're just gonna be real gamers and go through it, even though we have no idea what's actually going on here. 7 people watching. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Just a reminder to anybody who is tuning in and has no idea what's going on right now. Pretty much what's going on is we're going over. What is this? Oh, we'll just buy it. Whatever it is. We have gold. Neat. So anyways, to anybody who doesn't really know what's going on right now, we're pretty much just talking about the Switch for a couple of hours, and I'm trying out this game because this is a game that I wanted to get for the Switch, so we're going to be playing it and seeing what's going on. There's nothing else I can really do here. Let's continue on. Honestly, I don't even know what my goal is right now. Gameplay, I can see why people didn't really like this game that much. I don't even know if I would be able to sit through this entire game. Don't get me wrong, it's an interesting idea, and I have a feeling if I can get to a point where I sort of unlock some more characters and stuff, it's going to be a little more fun. But, I don't know. It honestly doesn't seem like something that would hold my attention a lot. Like, I'm really glad that I didn't end up getting this for the Switch, because if I had to play this thing on the go, like, I think I'd rather just sit in silence and play this game on the go. I shouldn't be so hard on it. I was really excited for this game, and I think that's why I'm so jaded on it. And it's not an awful game at all. Like, this game is perfectly passable. But it's just not exactly as good as I was hoping it would be, considering it was going to be the very first game that I got for the system. E3 expectations? I have no expectations for E3. The only expectation that I have for E3 is I think at some point they're going to bring up Kingdom Hearts 3 and show more gameplay. That is it. It's just the only thing I expect is like some more gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 3. Also, some more Switch stuff. They're going to be pushing Switch stuff like crazy. We're going to get probably some character reveals for the Fire Emblem Dynasty Warriors game. That's definitely a safe bet, I think. I'm not using any of these at all. Moves all enemies to the same faraway location. Next time target is attacked, it is frozen. And okay, I get it. So, yeah, like that's really kind of it. But getting back to the Switch for a second, let's talk about another game. Let's talk about ARMS. ARMS is, in my opinion, going to be like the killer app for the Switch. I know a lot of people think it looks really goofy and stuff, and I don't really care how goofy it looks. Like, the gameplay looks so fun. It looks like one of those really technical games that somebody could really get into. And I have a feeling that ARMS is going to be so awesome that it's going to be a game that you could not only, like, play, but also watch. Like, actually watching ARMS is going to be an experience all on its own. Here. Good. And good. So, for ARMS, this is something that we haven't really seen before yet, right? Like, fighting games, even if you don't really acknowledge, like, 3D fighting games, such as, let's see here, like the Naruto Ninja Storm series. Personally, I think the Ninja Storm series is amazing. But I also understand a lot of people saying that, you know, it's not like an actual fighting game, you can't take it seriously. I totally get that, but I disagree with it. Because I think a game can be simplistic and also, I think a game can be simple and also sort of different from a traditional fighting game and still be classified as a fighting game. It's just a different kind of fighting game. The same way that Splatoon came out, and people are very willing to admit that it's a shooting game, but it's not like any other shooting game that we've ever seen before, ever. I think that ARMS is going to revolutionize in the exact same way, and I think it's going to be a fighting game that, like, really die-hard fighting game fans are going to be able to get into. Got it. Really happy about that. So anyways, I'm really excited for ARMS. It's going to be amazing. Ribbon Girl's still kind of my girl. I know everybody's going crazy for Twintelle right now. I mean, from the waist down, she looks pretty nice, but I don't know, guys. I'm just... something about Ribbon Girl is a lot cuter. A lot cuter. So, Ribbon Girl's my girl. I don't care if her canonical age is 17, okay? It's not that big of a deal, guys. Like, I'm not I'm not getting into her specifically for the hentai lewds. It's just, wait a second.
Lost,
No,
and the reign of evil
I was talking about lewds and my old man died. That's so awful. Ah, gosh darn it. Arms is fun. Are you playing the, I want to say test fire. Are you playing the test punch right now, dude? Yeah? Oh, what did I get? Oh, what is that? I don't know what any of that stuff I just got was. Will it tell me? No? Okay. Okay, guys. Alright, that's fine. I didn't want to know anyways. That's cool. We'll just spend forever on this area.
Forest.
So yeah, Arms looks good. Arms, at first when I saw it, I said, you know, this game looks good, but there's no way I'm going to pay full price for it. But I've been convinced. I'm actually going to get into Arms. I'm going to get into Arms, and that's probably going to be the first game that I officially buy out the Switch. But since I'm probably going to get the Splatoon but the Splatoon bundle of the Switch, I'm probably going to get that and Arms, and then Splatoon and Arms are just going to be like my only games for a while. There are so many games that came out that just disappointed me. Like, does anybody want to talk about the absolute failure that was known as Bomberman? Bomberman R, I think it was called. Holy cow! Who thought that Bomberman R was a good idea? Because I am not very happy about that. It just, oh gosh, it was so disappointing. Why does a Bomberman game need to come out at full price? Holy cow, I can download a PS1 emulator and play like the best Bomberman game ever made right now for free, and they came out with a Bomberman game. The thing that sucks about that is with online games like that you know aren't necessarily going to sell that well, you have to put them at a slightly cheaper price because like, you want a lot of people to buy it so that the online is booming. Like, if I were to drop the money right now on Bomberman R and try to get into it online, about how many people do you think would actually be playing it? Alright, be honest with me, guys. Be honest with yourselves, because I promise you, not that many people are going to be playing it online. Whew, man, it's just so sad. Snipper Clips look kind of nice, though, right? Yeah? I mean, I don't have anybody to play it with, but, you know, if I had friends, Snipper Clip is definitely one of those games that I think is worth it. And that kind of gets into something else that I'll talk about later. For right now, let's go ahead and keep talking about games. We already kind of talked about Has-Been Heroes. I guess we'll talk about Splatoon a little bit. So, my actual knowledge of Splatoon is really limited. I got into Splatoon maybe like 6 months ago, I want to say. Like, I got into it really late. Like, I found a really cheap copy of it. I played the online for a little while, and you know what? Splatoon really impressed me. I thought Splatoon was pretty awesome. Let's see. What else about Splatoon? Like, I don't really know what else you could say about Splatoon, if we're being honest. Like, it's a really fun, addictive online game that goes against the grain of what a lot of other shooters do, and that's pretty much all you need to say about it. Is like, it's like Call of Duty for people who want to enjoy themselves and not kill themselves, and I think that's enough. I think honestly, Splatoon is really what shooters needed to be for a long time, because it's just so much fun to play. Like, you don't really worry about all the technical stuff. Like, you can die and it's completely okay because getting kills isn't really how you win the match anyway. Oh, what's that? Oh, please. Oh, why can I not just switch my dudes? I guess I'll put him here. Whatever. So, anyways, Splatoon is really what it needed to be. The second one is going to be really hyped because we're going to be getting a whole bunch of new weapons. There's probably going to be some new character, like, outfits and whatnot. I saw some stuff on the new game modes. The new game modes are going to be really hyped. Honestly, I'm just really looking forward to Splatoon. Splatoon is going to be, like, the must-have game for the Switch. There's only one thing that I really want, and that is Smash. If we get Smash on the Switch, then it's over, okay? Switch is going to be like the best console of all time if we can just get our hands on that freaking Smash, man. You guys have no idea how much I want it. Wait, I died?
Evil.
How? Oh god, I took like one hit. Oh, this game is not messing around. Or did I burn myself? Maybe that's what happened. Maybe I blew myself up because I used fire and I was too close. Gosh darn it, guys. Gosh darn it. I just want some new dudes, okay? Can I please just get some new characters to play with? Like, I feel like this game would be a lot more tolerable if I actually had characters that I could play around with and, like, sort of customize a strategy. Because right now, these dudes just aren't really working for me. Like, right now, I don't even know where I'm going right now, man. I'm just kind of, like, picking random paths, and that's about it. Nothing here? Great. Nothing here. That should be the that should be the Has Been Heroes tagline, is Has Been Heroes, nothing here. Oh, but what do we have here? Oh. Hi. Yes. Can we just get all of these? Neat. Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Sweet. Snipper clips so good, but only if you play with someone else. Yeah, that's about what I would think. Snipper clips does look like good times, but it really only looks like good times if you have other people to play it with. We'll see what happens there. Like before, I don't really have people to game with, so it's a little harder for me to like justify making purchases like that. But honestly, it's all good. Like if the gameplay is really, really good, then I could find somebody to play with, I'm sure. So let's talk about Fire Emblem for a second. The Fire Emblem Heroes game is going to be off the chain hook, okay? There are a couple of things that it needs though, right? First of all, it needs... Listen to me, Nintendo, okay? I know Nintendo is watching the stream right now. Just all of Nintendo is watching right now, right? So, we absolutely need online multiplayer, okay? We're starting to hit a point where online multiplayer should be in pretty much like every game, and there's very little justification for not having it. Very, very little justification. I want to be able to go online, make this game up to like 4-person multiplayer, and like put some kind of online mode into it. Even if it's not like going through the campaign, which I completely understand. You know, you don't want people just going through and wrecking the campaign, but we should have some kind of online multiplayer for this game, because that will be sick. Also, we absolutely need some of the half-dragons to be playable characters, because they're the best characters in all of Fire Emblem. But that's just me. So, Fire Emblem Heroes is going to be great. I've been playing the... what is it called? Like, Echoes, Shadows of Valencia or something? I've been playing whatever the new 3DS Fire Emblem game that came out was. I was thinking of doing a review on it, but I don't know, I feel like I'm just so late on it now that I don't really know if a review would do anything for anybody, but just to let everybody know what I think of it, it's good. It's a really, really good game. In fact, I think I enjoy it a lot more than I enjoyed Fates, mainly because the story and the characters are so strong. Oh my gosh, Fire Emblem Echoes just has such a great character lineup and story, and just everything is beautiful. Simply beautiful. Let's see. Okay, freeze. Start on this guy, I guess. We're gonna need here you. Get the stun there. Where's Miss Kudo at? She is gone for right now. She's gonna be gone for the next 3 months. She's in Boston, my dudes. And don't worry about it. You will never, ever see Miss Kudo here on the stream. I promise. Okay, we all get that Advance Wars is good, okay, but it's gone. We all need to accept that it's gone, okay? I understand that Advance Wars Dual Strike was one of the hypest games ever of all time, but we all need to accept that it's dead and gone, okay? All you're doing is bringing up past wounds and making us all hurt again. They made it very clear that they don't love Advance Wars as much as they love Fire Emblem. I could have just said money. They don't love Advance Wars as much as they love money. So we're probably never gonna get it again. Alright, are you ready for this, guys? Are you ready for the Wombo Combo? Okay. Nah? Nah? Oh! That ain't Falco. That did almost nothing. Freeze, scumbag. Oh, I said freeze, scumbag! Please. Work with me, guys. I know you're the has-been heroes, but I don't know where I was going with that joke. And that's how the joke is going to end. Lovely. This guy. I know I said this like 80 times already, but man, I wish I could just switch columns when there's not combat going on. This game would be so much more strategic if I could do that. If I can only switch when I'm attacking something, then it's completely worthless, because I'm going to have to waste an attack, like the attack of the person that I want to go with, or I'm going to have to attack in the row, which changes up the amount of times I need to attack, making the person that I want to switch into completely pointless. Oh my gosh, please. Please. We're gonna do this, right? I'm gonna switch in. See if we can kill. We can't kill, but we're gonna switch in, and now we're good. And a regular attack here, just keep them stunned as long as possible. Oh god. Okay. Okay, no, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. We got this. Boys. Alright, I know you're scared right now. We're all scared, okay? We all get afraid sometimes. But we're gonna make it through this, because I believe in all of you. This, because he's farther away. Alright, we're getting the hang of this, guys. We're getting the hang of this, alright? It's all good in the hood. So, what else is coming out? Dragon Quest Heroes. Dragon Quest Heroes, I played the first one on the PS4, something about trees in the world below. That game was really good. If anybody skipped out on it, that game was a really fantastic game, and everybody should have played it. It was... anyways, like, that game was really good as far as, like, that sort of game goes. Like, it still falls into the, sort of Dynasty Warriors sort of gameplay, but the thing that made it so unique is the fact that you could actually go through and... we're gonna switch this guy. I'm gonna switch. Please! Oh my god, this shuffling bullcrap is so irritating. Anyways, it's pretty much like a Dynasty Warriors game, but the thing with Dragon Quest Heroes is you can actually, like, capture monsters and then set up monsters like a tower defense game. And it's really fun. It's a lot of fun, because, like, you can set it up to where, like, monsters are just, like, taking care of this choke point so you don't have to watch it, and then, like, enemies are coming through and these monsters are taking care of it and you're fighting enemies on the other side. So good. So good. Did I see the new Star Wars Weiss Schwarz cards? I haven't seen the cards themselves yet. I know that Weiss Schwarz is getting it as a set, but I haven't seen the actual Star Wars cards yet. Okay, yet. We will see, though. Ooh, it's like a little tail thing. Alright. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get healed and stuff? Alrighty, yeah, I'm down with that. Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Let's move on out of here, then. He will use one candle? What do you mean he's gonna use one candle? Wait a second. Okay, I guess we'll use the candle? Is using a candle bad, though? I don't really get that. Gosh darn it. Okay, so... I think I'm sort of getting the hang of this. Wait, what do you have? Oh, we don't know what that does yet. I can choose who to give it to. Let's give it to our thief. No, that's not... Oh, no. Oh, well. Oh, well, guys. Whatever. What is it? Made shroom 40% faster. Spell recharge. Never actually... Oh, that would have been so good for hot potato. Oh, kill myself. Kill myself. Okay, so here's how I'm gonna do this, right? We're gonna attack here. We're gonna switch the old man here, and then we're gonna go up. Get the 3 here. Old man's gonna finish him off. No, he's not. Never mind. Gosh darn it. Just when I thought I had a handle on things. Storm you got there. Switches and destroys. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen... Let's see. I haven't seen much on the Star Wars set. Seems like it's gonna be kind of cheesy. But then again, like before, I haven't actually seen the actual card yet. I just know about the idea. Like, it's gonna be, in my eyes, it's gonna be like the Lone Ranger set in HeroClix. I don't know if anybody's played HeroClix, but Jesus. So I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it, but it could be good. I don't really see what reason why it couldn't. It's gonna be Japanese only, so it'll be a shame if it's good, but, you know, whatevs. It's not gonna be that big of a deal to me anyways. I'm not really a Star Wars fan. Alright, so that guy back there has 2, so we're gonna switch up. He's gonna go in for that. Yeah, boys. Do I switch? Alright, I guess that's fine. Oh, these mechanics. These mechanics. See, now I wanna... Okay. That guy over there is going to catch these hands, right? And then we're going to go down here. He's going to get some attacks off. You're, I guess, going to attack here? Whatever. Whatever, guys. It doesn't even matter. What other games are coming out? Skyrim's coming out on the Switch. That's going to be cool. A lot of people are excited for Skyrim on the Switch. Here's my thing, right? Who in this room has not yet played Skyrim? Okay? Feel free to raise your hand, because I don't think there are going to be that many people, if any at all. Like, don't get me wrong, Skyrim was a good game. It was a great game. It was... I have a hard time saying that it was better than Oblivion, but it was definitely a really good game. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't know if I want to play it again and also on the Switch, because the graphics are going to be almost exactly the same as they were on the PS3. If you're looking for a graphical upgrade, you're not going to find it here. Get the PS4 version if that's what... Are you being serious right now, Locke? How can you not have played Skyrim yet? Are you really going to buy Skyrim on the Switch? Like, Skyrim is not one of those games that I think would be comfortable playing in handheld mode, just on, like, a car, or, like, in a coffee shop or something. Well, maybe, I guess, in, like, a shop, but honestly, I don't think it's going to do that well. Plus, now, I'm just gonna level with you guys, alright? You guys know that I'm the person who's going to tell it like it is. I'm not gonna get any brand sponsorship deals, probably, so I can pretty much say whatever I want. If you already own Skyrim on, like, the PS3 or the 360 or any other kind of console, and you have a PC that's capable of playing games, just hit up Google, put in download Skyrim, and try out Skyrim for the PC. Then what you're going to do is you're going to look up for a site called the Nexus, and you're going to download a bunch of mods for Skyrim. Okay? I don't care if you want to immerse yourself in Skyrim when you're at Starbucks, okay? Trust me, just get your venti mocha chocolate chip frappuccino, take it home and play some Skyrim on your PC, because I'm telling you guys, like, I know it's kind of a dead meme by now, but mods really are what makes a lot of Bethesda games good. You can just kind of go on, switch out all the stuff that you don't like, switch all the dragons with My Little Ponies or Thomas the Tank Engine or whatever you want, and it's fine. Like, hey, if you're a super perverted gamer like I am, go on, get yourself some nude mods, and enjoy yourself. Like, there's really no reason not to have played Skyrim on the PC by now. And like I said before, if you've already bought it on another console, not condoning full-on piracy here, but if you've already owned Skyrim on another console, you should go on the PC and pirate yourself a copy of Skyrim just to play it with the mods and see how things are different. Like, that's just the way it is. I think Skyrim is going to be a complete flop on the Switch, because, like, there's really no reason to have not played it on the PC by now. Honestly, there's no excuse. No excuse. Now, that aside, even if that weren't the case, even if you just wanted to go ahead and get it on the Switch anyways, despite how inferior it's going to be to the PC version. I sound like a real PC gamer now because I'm putting down everybody who's not playing the PC version. But even if you wanted to take that out of account, I think I put 500 hours into my first playthrough of Skyrim and 150 hours into my second playthrough, and I think I even had like a 20-hour playthrough after that. Who in their right mind is going to start up another playthrough on the Switch? So I'm telling you something, it's not me. In fact, if there weren't mods, I definitely would not have started playing on the PC, alright? Because it's just over, guys. Okay, Skyrim is over, and we need to accept that and move on and start playing some other stuff. That's just the way it goes, guys. I apologize. I don't want to be the one to bring these things to your attention, but I have to be the truth teller, guys. And the truth is, Skyrim is not going to be a good purchase on the Switch. That's just my opinion. Disgaea for the Switch is a good idea, yes. Disgaea 5 for the Switch is something that I'd really like to get into, and the fact, okay, I'm going to beg up Nintendo for this, because Nintendo did something really cool. They took off the region lock from their 3DS. They took it off, it's gone, we don't have to worry about it anymore, and we can buy Japanese games on the Switch, which is perfect. Holy cow. I am so excited that Nintendo came to their senses and took off region locking, because that, my friends, is going to be what really sells the Switch. So you a non-elemental spell? Do we want magic? I guess we do, right? We got 200 gold, and might as well, I guess. I'm not really using it for anything else. You have really good magic already. Let's buy one for you. What have you got, boy? Vortex. Nice meme. Okay, we got this, boys. Actually, come to think of it, doesn't somebody have something that increases... Oh, yeah, I should have gave it to him. Whatever. Alright. Whatever, guys. Jesus Christ. Can we just move on, please? Oh, I could have given it to him. No! Oh, man. Darn it. What do you say, guys? Should we go for the boss now, or should we go through one of these other paths? See what else they have. I don't know. We're gonna go up. Should be fun. So let's see. What else? I guess while we're on that topic, we might as well talk about boys. Boys. For anybody who hasn't heard about this yet, Senran Kagura. Senran Kagura for the Switch. They are currently working on breast mechanics for Senran Kagura. Okay, they're going to use the HD rumble in the Joy-Cons to replicate the feel of human breasts, and they're going to put it into Senran Kagura. I am so hyped. Now, keep in mind, alright, like, yes, I am kind of a pervert, and I totally admit that. I do totally get into these things that are just, like, really gross and out there and stuff, but I'm going to argue that this is actually, from, like, just a completely technical standpoint, this is a really, really cool idea to experiment with, okay? And that is where I'm coming from here. I think that it's really, really awesome that they're starting to move in this direction, and I think of all the people to be making this decision, the fact that it's Nintendo just makes it so much better, because it feels like, alright, it feels like Nintendo is growing up a little bit and starting to cater to more adult interests, and I think that's something that everybody should be excited for, even if you're somebody who thinks that the idea of this whole breast mechanic thing is just juvenile and that we should be just not paying attention to it at all. I completely understand that point of view, but I think from a technical standpoint that something like this and the fact that Nintendo's doing it is something that's really awesome. I think it's really cool that they're starting to, like, cater to a more adult audience. The fact that they're not immediately shunning something like this is great. Because has anybody played, like, the original Senran Kagura games for the 3DS? Those games are awful. Like, even if you're just looking at it from, like, a, from, like, an ecchi standpoint, they replaced all of the lingerie with just, you know, bikinis and stuff. I know they're the original, so, you know, it's a little more difficult to get on their case about this, but it's so awesome that they're not... Oh, that was kind of a mistake. Oh well. But it's so awesome that they're going in this direction. Because it wasn't until we got it on, like, Sony consoles that they really started to expand on it and make it sort of like the sort of, like, sex fantasy sort of game that it was before. How are you dodging all my stuff? What? No, this isn't fair. That's not fair. Don't hit him, please.
The heroes were overcome by monsters.
Gosh darn it. Guys. This all happened because I don't think you guys believed in me enough. If you guys said, what are these? If you guys had believed in me, alright, that wouldn't have happened. SMTV for the Switch might be fine. Yes. Shin Megami Tensei is going to be fine for the Switch. Pretty much any RPG is going to be good for the Switch as long as it's not, like, really movement heavy and the graphics are really, like, colorful and light. That's what I think, at least. I think if you're going to go anything on the Switch, it should be something that's, like, slightly slower paced and has bright, colorful graphics so that you can see it when you're walking around outside. That's my opinion. What other games are coming out for the Switch? I guess we could talk about Mario a little bit. So, you guys can go ahead and disown me right now if you'd like to, but honestly, I'm not really that big a fan of Mario games. Like, just platforming in general, unless there's something outside of the platforming, I'm not really that into it. Even if we're talking about something with, like, absolute pristine gameplay, like Mario 64, right? I am a heathen. I'm an infidel. Because I honestly don't really like Super Mario 64 that much. I know, guys, I know it's crazy, but I just don't really enjoy playing it that much. I think it's kind of boring. In fact, if anything, I actually like a little game called Glover. Glover was what I was playing when I had an N64. Glover was just beautiful. For anybody who doesn't know, it's pretty much Mario 64, but the controls aren't quite as tight, and the entire gameplay gimmick was you had, like, this magical crystal that you had to keep safe, and the crystal was really fragile, so if you hit it into anything, it would shatter, and you would lose it, and you would lose the level. But you had the power to turn it into different things, mainly different kinds of, like, balls. You had, like, a small metallic ball that you could use for magnet puzzles. You had, like, a bouncy ball that kept the ball the safest, pretty much. You had, like, a bowling ball that turned into, like, a really heavy bowling ball that really just couldn't be destroyed. And, yeah. Get ready to see the breasts in SK. Trigger feminists! Yes! That is exactly what it's gonna do. Man, the feminist memes are just unreal. Has anybody seen the stuff about, everybody getting on, Nintendo's case about Twintel? For anybody who hasn't been following ARMS, right, there's a character named Twintel, and her entire gimmick, first of all, like, from the waist down, she's glorious, mwah, beautiful, and, like, since ARMS is sort of like a boxing game, her hair is like twin, drill tails, I guess. Anyways, like, her hair is pretty much her arms, right? She uses her hair to punch instead of her arms, and it's a really cool design. I really like it a lot. But people are going on and they're complaining about how racially insensitive it is because she's a black woman and her hair is her weapon. I don't know, guys. Like, we've got that. We've got the controversy about the, what is it? Far Cry 5 coming out, and it's like, you're fighting against a bunch of, like, white dudes. Here's my thing. Nobody's even considered the fact that maybe, just maybe, all of the bad guys in Far Cry 5 are going to be related in some way. Like, we already know they're going to be, like, some fanatic cult that's really religious, and they're probably going to be slave owners or whatever the memes are. And nobody's really considering the fact that maybe it's all just a family and that's why they're all white. And even if it's not, who cares? Guys, it is pixels on a dang screen, and it's just going to be a bunch of enemies that you're fighting. Like, who cares what color the pixels are going to be? Oh man, I hate gaming in 2017. It's so awful, but the games right now are so good. Like, you really can't complain. Like, the better the games are getting, the more people are complaining about the games, and I feel like that's a pretty good sign. Like, if you've got Anita Sarkeesian complaining about how sexist your game is, you know you released a good game at that point, because lols. Man, I can't believe I brought up Anita Sarkeesian of all things. But anyways, yeah, like, it is definitely something. You know the thing that really hurts? Like, I know a lot of people are gonna have a different opinion on this, but I feel like Anita Sarkeesian had, at some point, some really good ideas. She's just not really smart enough to follow through with any of them. Like, once she started getting the money and started getting the, like, all the popularity and stuff, she just sort of stopped actually being, like, credible at all. Gonna sign off for now. Alrighty, thank you so much for stopping in, Locke, and I'll catch you next time. But yeah, if you're making a game that is ticking off feminists and triggering SJWs, chances are you're on the right path. And the other thing with Far Cry 5, right? I think it's so funny that we finally hit a point where SJWs have looped straight into a full circle onto themselves. Because I remember back when Resident Evil 5 was coming out, and everybody was saying, wait, hold on a second, hold on. If you're going to make a game where you're a white dude going around shooting a bunch of black zombies, isn't this a little racially insensitive? Let's all burn Capcom to the ground. And now they're saying, hold on, wait a second. Is EA really making a game where all of the enemies are white people and you're just shooting a bunch of white people? Let's burn EA to the ground. Gosh darn it. Endless amusement. I love the world we live in. I don't care what anybody says. Give me a second, just gonna grab a drink here. Hello, the Akai Hono. No, this isn't the stream that I announced before. Weiss Schwartz shenanigans will be happening tomorrow. And who knows, maybe we'll do something small tonight. Maybe. But right now I just kind of wanted to go on and try out this game that I was meaning to try out for a while. And that's all we're doing now. We're just sitting here doing this, talking about the Switch and various other things. We're about an hour or so into this, so probably only gonna go on for like another hour or so. Honestly, I think I sort of get the gist of what this game's all about, and I think I'm pretty happy that I didn't end up getting this game for the Switch. Because if I were playing this on the go right now, I think I would just make myself sick. And honestly, whew, man. Like, I'm not gonna say this is a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, because I think this game is just fine. But this was not the killer app that I wanted to get on the Switch first. I think I would have just bought a second copy of Breath of the Wild over this game if I had known that this is what it was going to play like. Holy cow, guys. The disappointment is so real right now. Okay, let's go this way. So I guess while we're talking about the stream tomorrow, though, it makes me really happy that so many people are excited for it, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I have about 8 or 9 people who have said that they want to come out and duel me, and if I can get a pretty good audience going for it, then it's going to be pretty great. I think it's going to be a good stream. Could The Binding of Isaac be used as an example for the game you're playing? No? I would say not. Like, they're both roguelikes, and you're expected to die a bunch in them, but I would say they're completely different games. Like, I would say the only thing that really sort of connects them is the fact that you die a lot in both of them. Because, like, the point is to sort of, like, go, die, and get a bunch of stuff for the next playthrough. Like, it's like you subsequently, like, every playthrough makes you a little bit stronger. And they're similar in that regard, but I really wouldn't say they're the same kind of game, so I really wouldn't compare them to each other. Hello, good merchant. What have you got? A snail? It's 50 gold. Sure, we'll take a snail. Give me that snail, boy. Snail of wisdom, plus 50 max health. Faster recharge speed. I guess anything is better than not having anything, I suppose. Won't be able to participate due to my finals, but I am happy to enjoy it here. Yeah, thanks for that, dude. Good luck on your... I didn't even know there were any places still in school. Where do you live that there's still finals going on? Because graduation over here was like a week ago. And by over here, I mean the Los Angeles area. So, just so there's no confusion there. Oh, boy. We're going to go in here, we're going to heal up, we're going to fight the boss again, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I think he's talking about how this game is a roguelike, but well, I'm just saying that the like the gameplay is not really close enough that I would compare the two. Arkansas is still in school? Are you kidding me? Holy cow! I am so sorry, guys. I am... Whew. Oh, that is rough, man. I am really sorry to hear that. No! Why did you... Ah! Gosh darn it, this game. Oh, this game. And in Germany, we have final exam spread over 2 months. And we will graduate in 1 month? Oh, man. I do not want to live in Germany. I thought Japan had it bad, but I couldn't do that, dude. That is way too much. I'd rather just be a lazy American. Just be a lazy American and be done with school, like, all in over the course of 1 week. Okay, so I'm gonna see if we can get the freeze off. He's gonna switch. He didn't switch lanes this time. What are the rules to this game? Because I thought he was gonna... But I know I don't have the... Okay. Alright. Whatever. It's fine, dude. Not even mad. Not even mad. Alright, so maybe there's a pattern to the way he switches. We're gonna do this. See if we can block him up a little bit. Get these guys dealt with. See how he moves. He's not gonna stay here long. He's gonna switch. He's up here. Boys. Okay, take care of this dude. Take care of this dude. Freeze? Okay, we can't attack him while he's like that, I think, right? Please let me be right. Holy cow. Swap in. Wombo combo, baby. What? Stop it. I don't understand how this works. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. I think we got this. Because he's very, very slowly losing that shield. I hope I can watch Stream for Y-Source depending on when you stream. So the stream tomorrow is going to start at 4 o'clock. And it's going to go on for, I want to say about 3 hours maybe. It depends on how well the stream does. Right now I'm expecting the stream to do really well. Like right now I'm just playing some random game that nobody cares about, and we've got like 8 people, which by my terms is pretty good because we normally have 3 or 4. So if the stream is going really well tomorrow, I might stream 4 or 5 hours, but I'm expecting 3 hours, okay? It won't be less than 3 hours, I can tell you that much. It will be at least 3 hours. Alright. I'm feeling it, guys. Oh, never mind. Okay. I just need to be really, really careful. As soon as he comes up, perfect. He's gonna catch these hands. I'm gonna let him fall. Freeze him. Boys! Fire. Attack. No! Oh, I didn't think it would happen in that order. Oh, no. Okay, no, it's fine, dude. It's fine. Not even mad. He's gonna switch lanes. Switch lanes. Oh god, he's not switching lanes.
The heroes.
No, I was so close. I thought for sure he was gonna switch lanes. Oh, this game is giving me a headache. Oh, his name was Plants vs. Zombies. Accurate. Accurate. I could see it. I could see it. No, the graphics don't look great. Actually, you know what this reminds me of? Did anybody play Adventure Quest ever? Oh god, there was Adventure Quest, and then there was maybe not Adventure Quest, maybe it was Hero Quest. Was it Hero Quest? No, I think it was Adventure Quest. Yeah, I think it was Adventure Quest Online. Boys, this looks exactly like Adventure Quest Online, which I'm not totally against, because Adventure Quest was pretty good times. Man, I forgot, we were supposed to talk about the Switch, weren't we? So, there's one other thing I want to talk about the Switch, right? And that is the direction that Nintendo really needs to go. So, we can very safely say, right? We can very safely say that Nintendo is not going to be as powerful as the other consoles. Okay, it's not going to be, that's fine. In Nintendo's eyes, it is fun over technical prowess. And that is good, but with the direction that games are going, I think that that has to be sort of like, they have to make up for that fact with cheaper games. That is the only way Nintendo is going to continue succeeding, is if they finally just bite their tongue, they swallow their pride, and they lower the price of their games. If they lower the price of their games, and their games come out, like, let's say the new IP comes out and it's like $60 on most other consoles, okay? But you can get the Nintendo version and it's $40. That is going to be huge for the Nintendo, because the graphics aren't going to be as good, right? The graphics aren't going to be as good. It's probably not going to get the same DLC. Everything about that screams budget. So if they can play around with that, like, one of the hugest problems that we have right now is that games being $60 is too much. $60 games are just too expensive right now. So if we can supplement that by just releasing cheaper games on the Switch, then we'll be good. They don't even have to do the same games. You know, honestly, if Nintendo wants to continue... What? That's not the same boss! Oh... Alright, whatever, I guess. Oh, gosh. Darn it. Just when I think I figured it out. Anyways, so the, what was I saying? Nintendo needs to just bite the bullet and come out with cheaper games, and that should be their sell. So, like, when Grandma goes to the store and she wants to pick up a new game for her young'uns, she can either buy these really expensive $60 games, okay? She can either buy these really expensive $60 games that have all this blood and violence and other kinds of stuff that Grandma doesn't like. Or she can pay $40 and get this really great Nintendo game. Yeah? Do you guys see where I'm going with this? And it's a deal. And so that's going to be their edge. The other thing is, Nintendo needs to release games more frequently, okay? More games, more frequently, at cheaper prices. If that was Nintendo's business model, then they would be set for life. Because, like, let's be honest here, even if you are a huge fan of a console, I'm a PlayStation fanboy, have been all my life, probably always will be to some extent, but after playing on a PC, I get it. I get what everybody's problem with console gaming has been up to this point. Like, it is just a completely different world to be playing on a PC. It's not the same in any regard. Because you get pretty much all the same content. If your computer can run the games, then you get all of it in the same place. So all of the games that I loved on the Xbox, the PS2, the PS3, the 360, even to some extent the PS4 and the Xbox One, the GameCube, the N64, the Wii, and to some extent the Wii U, all of it is on one single machine that, like, right now I'm sitting here playing this, well, I don't want to say Switch game, but it came out on other consoles too. Right now I'm playing this game though, right? And as soon as I'm done with this, if I wanted to, I could switch and play Skyrim. Or I could go on the store and buy a new game. I could buy an Assassin's Creed game if I wanted to. I could buy, oh gosh, I could download a GameCube emulator and play some Paper Mario Thousand Year Door if I wanted to, right? This is sort of the advantage that the PC has, that it has always had, and it always will have, and the reason that PC kids can be so smug is that they have this sort of over console gamers, and since I just recently became a PC gamer, I totally get it. But Nintendo can have the edge if they want it, yeah? Nintendo can release these, instead of trying to compete with PC games, Nintendo can continue releasing really unique things that the PC just can't emulate. Like, I can't just, even if I have a gaming laptop, I can't just take my PC, my gaming PC mind you, I can't just take that and make it like a portable thing that, like, if I want to go out to Circle K and get myself a drink or something, then I've got to put this down, I've got to go out, I've got to interact with other human beings, which is like the worst thing about being alive, is that you have to interact with other people, okay? It's gross. If you're somebody who enjoys interacting with other people, stop it immediately, because it's not worth your time. I'm joking, of course. I'm gonna make everybody think I'm a neat. But anyways, with the Switch though, right? Switch has a good thing going for it, because I can play, I almost said next gen, I could play PS3 gen stuff, which is still impressive. I could play PS3 gen stuff on a handheld console, going out, and just ignore the rest of the world around me. And that's fine. You know, that's going to give it its edge. It's also got games that can't really properly be emulated, like when Splatoon comes out, when ARMS comes out. How on earth are you gonna play ARMS on a PC? Even if they were to like port it over or something, how would you do it? You can't. You can't do it because, like, you need the Joy-Cons. You need the feeling of like moving back and forth and actually like throwing your hand out and stuff. That's where they have their edge. If they can just take that and push it a little bit farther, right? If they could just do a little bit more with it and have cheaper games come out more often to supplement for the fact that they're not going to be as powerful as the PS4 or the Xbox One or Project Scorpio, PS4 Pro, whatever comes out, then that's fine. Like, I've always thought that it's fine that Nintendo doesn't have good graphics and, like, isn't quite as, like, competent as some of these other, consoles. Like, it's completely fine if they just want to focus on games being fun. But that should be supplemented with something. Like, you can't just accept that your stuff is going to be of worse quality and just keep doing it the way that you're doing it anyways. I think that's really, really dumb, and I don't think they should do it. It's cool for them to have inferior graphics and stuff, as long as they release games more frequently, because they don't have to work as hard on their graphics. They release them at a cheaper price because they're not going to be 4K resolution games that need these huge studios to produce and stuff. I know it takes a lot of people to make a game like Breath of the Wild, but like, it's just not as, like, how do you say, monetarily taxing, I guess you could say? I don't know. It doesn't take as much to make a game like Breath of the Wild as it does to make, like, a really huge blockbuster title on another console. So they should really calm down with the price a little bit, in my opinion. Oh, come on. I can't even tell if I'm doing well right now, man. Like, I felt like I was doing really good for a second, but I really can't even tell if this is how you're supposed to be doing this. I might be doing awfully. I mean, they haven't touched me yet. I feel like that's good, worth pointing out. Oh, no! I knocked him off. That's good. Give me a second here. Okay, so all of those guys are on fire. Hit? No! Oh, I think I get it. Oh, okay. Alright, so I don't think I'm supposed to hit the guys when they're on fire, because that puts me on fire too. Who'd have known? Who'd have known? Okay. We're gonna put him up here, right? Because he has 3. If I can get... Oh, can I catch these hands? Can I wait for it? No, I can't wait for it, dude. No, it's not gonna happen. Why are there so many people? Oh, please.
The heroes
oh, man, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Gosh darn it. Okay. Whatever. Alright. Whatever. Alrighty, Akai Hono, thank you so much for stopping in. Good luck with your stuff. Hope you pass your finals.
Welcome to the snowy forest.
So, have we pretty much gotten everything that I wanted to talk about with the Switch out of the way? Like, we've talked about most of the games and stuff. If there are any games that I've missed, feel free to tell me, and we can do a quick talk on them. I didn't really talk that much about the new Mario, I guess. Like I said before, I'm not really that big a fan of Mario games, personally. I understand why they're popular, I'm not saying they're bad games. Like, I certainly enjoy myself a quick round of Mario 3, or, let's see, what are some other Mario games I like? I liked New Super Mario Brothers. I thought that was pretty fun. I know a lot of other people didn't, because they said it looks too casual or whatever, but I thought it was good. I don't care. But the new Mario looks okay. I'm definitely looking forward to playing it. It's just not something I can get excited about. Like, Breath of the Wild I was excited about, okay? Breath of the Wild I was extremely excited about. And then, let's see, what are some other things? This game I was pretty excited about, but whew, maybe we should just not talk about this game for a second. I'm really excited for Splatoon. I'm really excited for ARMS. I'm really excited for the Dragon Quest Heroes games. I'm very, very, very excited for the Fire Emblem Warriors game. Because, like, let's all be honest here for a second. Zelda, Hyrule Warriors, that was my jam, okay? Hyrule Warriors was the greatest Dynasty Warriors game that has come out of all time. And I will argue anybody on that point. Like, Hyrule Warriors was a masterpiece. Even if people say that it's not, even if people didn't necessarily like the game that much, even if you didn't like the game, you can acknowledge that Hyrule Warriors was a very fantastic game in terms of, like, engine and what it did for the Zelda franchise. I really have no complaints about Hyrule Warriors. It was just good. Let's see. And that's just it. Like, I'm excited for all these games that are coming out on the Switch. I'm not necessarily saying that the Switch doesn't have any games coming out. It's just, like, Mario in particular, I just can't really get that excited about a Mario game, personally. If you are excited for the new Mario game, congrats. I'm really happy. I think it's great when gamers are getting what they want, and I would never put down somebody else's, wish for a game or whatever. But I'm just not that excited for it personally. Sorry, guys. No. So the guys are on fire. I can't really attack them, right? Okay, but we can wait. And then... Man, see, the thing is, I like the idea for this game. I think this is a really neat game, conceptually. But, man, it just does not do what I want it to do. The thing that makes a strategy game great is that the controls are something that's simple enough that you could very easily do. Like, it doesn't take very much to learn the controls to a good strategy game. And you could very easily play it, but you know, like, the gameplay itself is really difficult. So, like, it gives you these challenges that are hard to overcome, but the entire time that you're overcoming them, you feel very comfortable with the controls of the game, and I just don't feel that at all right now. I feel like I'm fighting against the controls, and that's not good. Okay, but we will try to persevere. So I kind of want to use my spells more. I feel like the earlier I use my spells, the more effective they're going to be. So we should probably spam those a bit more, I think. No! No! Okay. Alright, that was pure stupidity on my part, and I apologize. I apologize for everything having to deal with what just happened there. But we got a new thing. I still don't have any idea what these things I'm unlocking actually do, but as long as we keep getting new ones, that's fine with me. Oh, gosh darn it. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the Switch. I'm excited to get one. Haven't gotten one yet, because scalpers and whatnot, but the fact that one's coming out with Splatoon, that's probably the one I'm going to get. I'm probably going to get ARMS. Enjoy that. It's going to be good times. Switch did not impress me, but I am looking forward to playing it. I'm pretty much only going to play Switch and the PC for the foreseeable future. I wonder if we can... It's all PE and gym classes at the Academy with a note relating the details of our vigorous running. Lols! Well, I can tell that you're going to be the snarky one. I can tell you're going to be the snarky one. Like, 2 hours after meeting you, I haven't been paying attention to, like, anything going on in this game at all whatsoever. Whatever. Okay. How are we going to do this, right? So 2. Switch. 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 Hit. 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 Oh, I get it. This game is coming out on the Nintendo Switch because the gameplay is switching guys around. Haha! Ah, I understand. No? Okay, so he's there. We have to set these guys on fire kind of far away from me. So let's do this. Set those 2 on fire. Freeze. Catch these hands. Hits. Still don't feel like I'm getting ready for the boss very much, but I think I at least get how to deal with these smaller guys now. So now that we have the Switch stuff out of the way, like, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, like, by all means, feel free to put it in the chat and talk about it. I'm pretty much just going to be talking about the game for a little while longer. Maybe, I'm thinking like 20 minutes will be good. 20 minutes, and then I'll just turn this off, get something to drink, maybe get something to eat. I have tutoring tonight. For anybody who doesn't know, I take, like, Japanese tutoring lesson things to make my Japanese better. I'm actually gonna start doing Japanese stuff on the channel soon. I just want to get a little more confident with it. Like, probably in a week or so, I'm gonna start teaching Japanese on the channel. So if that's something you're interested in, then cool. Look forward to that. What's your opinion about Card Fight Online? I don't know. I don't really play Vanguard Online. The only place that I play an online card game is Trade Cards Online. I've never been to one of these other sites like Card Fight Arena or anything. God, it is so hot in my room right now. You guys have no idea how much I love you to be doing this without my fan on. Because I could turn my fan on right now, and I would be so comfortable, and there would be so much static from the microphone, and I love you guys too much to do that to you. Okay. have I mentioned yet how awkward this game is to play? It's pretty awkward. It's like every time I go up against a new enemy, like how awkward the controls are hit me again and come back worse this time. Like, I am just longing to play some Dark Souls. I might play some Dark Souls after this. Not on stream, of course, because I'm awful at Dark Souls and I don't want to get laughed at, but, you know, just in general, I could really go for some Dark Souls controls right now. We need something with multiple hits. Catch these hands. You know, after I said that I was going to use my spells more, I ended up not using my spells like at all here, so let's... Abracadabra! No, but they're running into me! Stop it! Let's see. It would have been an official Vanguard dueling thing? Okay, did something happen to it, or what? Anything. Okay, freeze. And then... okay. Set you up, catch these hands. Hit you again. Right. Don't run. Can't run from my love. Got him! Heart of the Storm. Okay. Heart of the Storm, nice. You should totally hit me up with like a friend request or whatever. Like, I love Heart of the Storm. That's good times. By the way, CFO is dead? Alright, I get it. They took so long they quit. I understand. Here we are again. These keys. I'm just gonna keep buying all of the keys. Like, I really don't know if there's a downside to having this many keys. Except for the fact I'm running out of gold, obviously, but it doesn't really seem like that's been that big of a deal so far. 2, 3... get like 3 more surprises that way, 3 more that way, so could really go either of those ways, I suppose. Yeah, that really doesn't matter too much. Fire. Why do I keep doing that in the wrong order? Gosh darn. So Card Fight Arena is the only way to play Card Fight Vanguard. I think the Trade Cards Online version of Card Fight's pretty good. Then again, everybody knows that I'm a pretty big fanboy of Trade Cards Online because I've already gotten so used to the system and stuff. But I like it. I think it's decent. I know not everybody is like a super big fan of the system or whatever, but I think it's good, and I think that's all that matters. I don't know what these girls are collecting. I really kind of want to start this game over because I really don't know what's going on. I just, when I was testing this, I skipped everything in the game because I just wanted to make sure that the game actually played all right on stream, and now I just don't even know what's going on anymore. So yeah, I'm really only just messing around with this in almost radio silence now. So if anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to ask. If not, then I might just go ahead and cut this early. Like, I'll give it like 5 minutes to see if there's anything that anyone wants to talk about, but if not, I'll probably just cut it for today. Until then, I'm going to see if I can get through this. So, this guy becomes like invincible or something, so... Oh... Oh no. Stop it. Okay. Ow. Stop.
The heroes were overcome.
Ah, this old man. He has been the case of like 90% of my runs. I keep losing because the old man keeps dying. So what are your expectations on the Star Wars Weiss Schwarz set? Like I said before, I have no expectations, okay? I have none. Absolutely none. I think that it's going to be a novelty set, but some people are saying that it's going to be a good set. I haven't seen anything on the set so far, so could be some interesting stuff going on, but me personally, until I see something that proves that it's a good set, I think it's just going to be like a collector's novelty. I mean, it'll be kind of cool if it's a good set because it'll draw a lot of people into the game. But I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I guess I'm a little biased in this area, but I really don't want it to be a great set. Like, it can be a good set if it wants to be, but I really don't want to, like, go to tournaments and see, like, Star Wars decks taking up, like, 2 of the top 3 spots. Guess I'm kind of bigoted there, though. Like, just because I don't like a set doesn't mean that it doesn't have the right to be a good set. I'm just not a fan, that's all. Just not a fan. So, Hot Potato, go in on these boys. I'm losing a little health, but that's okay. Stun. I really should have switched. That's okay, though. Freeze somebody, anybody. Just use up these spells that I'm not taking advantage of, like, at all. Okay, maybe we'll go until the next death. Like, the next time I die, we will shut off the stream. So let's hope this goes well. Like, I'd at least like to beat this first boss here, but I don't even know if that's going to happen. And I might just start this entire game over anyway, so I don't even know if it would be worth it. My hot potato's almost back up. Do like, he doesn't really have good stats or anything, so I'm shocked that he's even here doing anything. He's more of a detriment than anything. Play some Weiss Schwarz online matches? Yeah, we could do that. I don't mind. I'm probably going to be done here in like 10 minutes or so. Oh, well, there's that. I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and lock it off here. Thank you so much all for stopping by. Anybody who stayed with me through the whole stream, love you bunches. Again, I'm really curious to see who makes it to the end of these things. So when the video goes up, right, if you're somebody who's watching the YouTube video, what I want you to do, right, is I want you to include let's see, a color and an animal in your comment, okay? I like to include something really weird that people would normally do, so I want your comments to include a color and an animal, and that will be like my little validation that somebody was able to sit through the entire video. So thank you all so much for stopping by. I'll catch you later. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow about 4 o'clock Pacific time. Probably a little earlier if you want to actually, like, hang out with me a bit before the duels start. And I'll see you all then. Catch you later.